Last fall, special town meeting approved a $1.5 million design fund for the renovation of the district school administration building, Emery Grover. On Monday, May 2nd, town meeting members will need to vote on a $19 million funding request for the construction of the project. While at this point many people may not object to the idea of preserving and modernizing this historic building, some may have second thoughts on how to fund the project, like members of the Finance Committee. Municipal producer Yu Xiaoyuan has the report.
The project seeks $2 million from the Community Preservation Fund, $5.5 million from free cash and overlay surplus, which are the town's remaining funds from previous years, and $12 million through debt. At the Finance Committee meeting on April 20th, some members had doubts on whether the project should use the town's free cash, which is usually set aside for non-recurring costs. On Tuesday, April 26, Finance Committee Chair Joshua Levy asked the Select Board to consider reducing the use of cash to $1 million.
The idea is that the benefits are distributed over time. They're going to last decades. Right. And so if the benefits are distributed over time, then it seems justified to have the cost distributed over time by issuing debt so that people several years from now right. Can pay for it in part, and the cost is not borne solely by the residents today.
Finance Committee Vice Chair John Connolly said, taking into account the amount of money from the Community Preservation Fund, free cash, and overlay surplus, 40% of the project would be funded through cash, which he deemed as extreme.
It would be more prudent to have some of the free cash be available, put into the debt service stabilization fund, so it would be available at a later date for other projects that might be looking for borrowing capacity, whether it's the schools, whether it's DPW, whether it's purchasing land or any other types of things. And so it's basically making it available for those projects in the future by having it go there instead of the free cash all being put into this place at this point in time.
Assistant Town Manager and Director of Finance David Davidson said, based on the 7% interest rate, the $4.5 million loan could yield an interest of $3.7 million over a span of 20 years. Select Board members generally supported using available cash now to free up the town's debt capacity for future projects. They also agreed changing the warrant article at this point was too late.
In the past, when looking at the fire station, Memorial Park, we really tried to put cash into that in order to reduce our debt and, reduce the debt service and give us flexibility for debt.
We know that we need to do this building, and we are going to pay for it. I hope we're all in agreement about that. We are going to do this building, and we are going to pay for it. Mm-hmm. Right. All right. And it seems that we have a plan that's been presented to the town and socialized. My recommendation would be that we stick with it.
Members of the Finance Committee will be able to make a motion to amend the article at the town meeting floor. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.